much for joining us at Camp Penguin. This is our last day of virtual events. If this is your first time here, or if you just need a reminder, I'm going to go through some of our rules. Number 1, please keep your microphone muted. Number 2, please stay off video. Number 3, we will not be using the chat until the question period. So for the first part of this event, you just need to sit back, relax, watch Hatem. When he has a question, you will put it in the chat and I'll respond for you. So before I introduce him, I want to thank you again for coming. A reminder that if you'd like to know more about the program and the books that we especially chose for you, you can find those at www.tundrabooks.com under Camp Penguin. And today, I'd like to introduce you to Hatem Aly, who's zooming in from New Brunswick, I believe, and he's the illustrator of the Unicorn Rescue Society. I love this series. I love magical creatures, and I'm really interested in illustration. I know we've had a lot of people this week who've asked questions about illustration, so I think you're going to find a lot to love about this presentation. So remember, stay out of the chat unless we need you to ask your questions. I'm going to go off video, and I can't wait to see what you have for us today, Hatem. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, there. Can you hear me? Hi.
I can hear you. Perfect.
Okay, great. Hi. Hi, everyone. How are you doing today? Well, I'm just going to go through the whole thing. I'm an illustrator. My name is Hatem, and I'm the illustrator of the Unicorn Rescue Society series. This is the first book. I personally prefer the paperback one just because it accentuates the creatures themselves. Every single book has a different creature, but this first one becomes a companion to the rest of the characters. So you're gonna see, like in the next ones, there's mythical creature like this dragon from the Basque area. Every time it's a different place. The Jersey Devil is from New Jersey. It's a Sasquatch, of course, like from North America. And the chupacabra is from like kind of the border with Mexico. And this one, I don't have it yet, so probably you're gonna, I don't know if someone saw it before me. I don't have it yet, but I have the arc. It's gonna be the Agua de Madre de Aguas in Cuba. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is how do I draw mythical creatures when I get the story. The first one was when I read it, I had to design this guy. It's called the Jersey Devil, or Jersey for short. This guy is supposed to be in the folklore of like, I don't know, like the pine places that kind of North America, probably New Jersey too, because it's called the Jersey Devil. It was tricky because it got some characteristics from different animals. So as you can see, like, it kind of looks a little bit cute here, but the description that's been associated with it is kind of like face of a deer, some horns, long neck, some bat wings, and for the front paws are like just claws, and the back ones are hooves. So it looked kind of scary when I read the description. So I wanted to do something that looks cute. So I think I'm gonna share my screen just to show you exactly what I did. Can I start that, Vicky?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. There you go. You see the screen? Okay, there.
There it is, yeah.
You can see it? Okay. First of all, before I start drawing, I wanted to show you. There. This guy. Jersey the Jersey Devil. Looked like this when I searched him up. Kind of scary. My first sketches were kind of like this. Like a little bit, I don't know, scary a little bit. But then I thought, like, it's a mix of a lot of animals, so why don't I just go to my pets? I have a little dog. I have actually a lot of pets. I have one little chihuahua. I have 2 cats. I have 2 bunnies and 1 bird. They don't show here, but I'm going to show you later. You can see kind of the, I don't know if you can see me. You can still see me? You can see the resemblance with this guy. So what I did is, I took a lot of things from my pets. Like, I'm gonna just introduce them very fast and then I'm gonna draw what I did. This is Joachim, my dog. This is Hilda, one of my cats. This is Ollie. We're not off topic. We're not off topic. This is the other bunny. This is the 2 cats together. And this is Opal, the bird. So what I did, I don't know what's this screen showing. Oops. There's something lagging from Zoom, I think. Let me see. Okay. Oh, something. I'm gonna stop it and share again, okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah. There you go. I'm a pro now. I know how to do stuff. Okay. So let's start drawing. First of all, I want a jersey to look cute, which was a challenge for me. But I knew that I can take the cutest things in my pets and add it to this character to make it work, except for the hooves. I don't have anything with hooves. But I took the face of my, kind of the shape of the face of my dog. It looked kind of like this. Let's make it simplified. Looks a little bit like kind of this. Then I added just, it's supposed to have a long neck, but it was a baby jersey double. So babies are cute and they don't have necks. So I just added like a little bit of a neck, like this. And then after that, I made something like that looks like, almost like a bean body, kind of like a rabbit body or a cat body. But the thing is, how to make it so cute. So I took my cat's eyes. So I made like big eyes like this. Cats have big eyes. And even though the eyes look like this, look kind of sleazy, but it still looks cute. It looks like a cat still, kind of. And then I put the nostrils a bit like a dragon or something like that. A bit of a piggy nose. And you can also put a smiley face like this. Of course, the front paws were kitty kind of paws with claws, like this. And the back ones, I made them look like hooves. I don't know. I don't have anything with hooves, but I just did like something like this, simple like this, something like this, like an S, zigzag, chick, like that. And then the tail. I didn't know what to do with the tail. I was gonna make a bunny tail, kind of like this, which is almost like Jersey's tail, and I borrowed it to make the ears too, like this, just like that. It had to have a little bit of a horn or something, so you can see like I just put like, because he's a baby, I put like just baby horns, or sometimes I draw it like just little horns that you can't even see a little bit. Then for the wings, I don't have a bat, but I can imagine from Batman and all that stuff, I can imagine how a bat wings look like? Just you make like this, like an S like this, and you extend it, and then you make another S like this, and it becomes a wing. The other one could be to like another one behind it, like this. Then you add like a little bit of fur, suggestions for fur. That's basically it. Of course, like it goes through a lot of things, but that's basically it. I'm gonna try one more try, just to tell you, to show you from scratch how I do it again, make it more interesting maybe. There, one. Make a face, maybe I'm gonna try to make it simpler, but it's almost like, I don't know, like a little bottle or something. Big eyes like an almond, kind of. Oh, he looks even more babyish here, which is cool. Maybe that was when he was born. Little neck. Little bean body. Little claws like this. And actually, this is how I create something that doesn't really exist in like real life. It exists in our imagination, so you have to use what you have sometimes. If you combine, like I combine too many things here. I combine a little bit of my cats, a little bit of my dog. Well, maybe I mixed the bird. The bird doesn't have bat wings, but it has wings. So that's what you have to do, even like in forming a story. You just mix and match things together. Sometimes it's even more crazy if you do something that is not alive even. Like you can combine, like I can now, like if I would redesign, I can add a branch of a tree here or something as, we could put a maple leaf just because I'm in Canada. Or something like that. That's combining something that's not animalistic, but you could make it small, 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 small. Of course, he's supposed to be young and clumsy, so he doesn't fly very, very well. I'm gonna make this just black because it's in the back. So that's basically how I approach it. If Vicky wanted to take suggestions what animals to mix, I can draw something while I listen to it.
Sure. So what we're going to do now is, if you'd like to go into the chat and put an animal suggestion, we're going to combine some of those animals together, and Hatem is going to draw live for us. So the first one I have here is flamingo and a narwhal. What would a flamingo mixed with a narwhal look like? Oh, these are great suggestions coming in. A flamingo narwhal.
Flamingo narwhal. It's gonna look well. Let's try. Okay, so let's try, like, does the flamingo look like this? Look at how they look like, the flamingos. I think they look something like this. Narwhal. Maybe you can make the eyes look a little bit. But how does a narwhal look like? You know what?
Do you want me to add a third one? So we can add, what if it was the tail of a scorpion? Someone said scorpion.
Whoa. Okay, wait. I was gonna make it just like a flamingo, like a mermaid or something. But a scorpion, yeah, scorpion works. Okay, like this. Oh, I think it looks scary, actually.
It does look scary. I wouldn't want to run into that In the air or in the water?
No. I don't know. Yeah, it has wings or maybe fins. I don't know. It looks a little bit sinister.
I do like it though. If anyone has a suggestion of what we should name this animal, feel free to put that in the chat as well. Twinkle, twinkle is good. Pineapple.
Twinkle.
Skaningo. Ooh, I like Skaningo.
What? Flamingo?
Skamingo. Floor wall. That's a good one. A magical nightmare. It does look a little bit like a magical nightmare.
It does. It does. Especially when it's just walking around in the wild.
Funny Fred. Funny Fred would be a good one. That makes it slightly less scary. I like that one.
Yeah. I like that one too. Yeah, Funny Fred.
Flamingo. That's another one that could work.
There. That's the Earth.
Oh, he's a big one. The Pink Sting. That's a good one too. I'd read a book called The Pink Sting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Scorpiehorn is good too.
Scorpiehorn.
Flim Flam, the Scorpiehorn.
Yeah, I'm not gonna write all that.
No.
And say like, what sound does it make? It could be funny too. Could be funny. It could be something like unexpected.
It could be funny. So what sound, if you want to put into the chat, a noise that we think that this makes? Quack. Q-U-O-K. Quack.
Okay?
Okay.
Is that it?
I like him. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Very nice. Look at this creature we've created. Now, if that doesn't get your imagination started, I don't know what will.
Oh yes, you can play with anything you want. Even you can put something, like I said, that it's not alive at all. You can put like a light bulb here or something. I don't know. It's a bit laggy, I don't know why, but it's fine. It works. There you go.
Amazing. There's our new creature, everyone. Look at what we created.
Yeah, I like him. Maybe I'll even refine him and you can share it.
He could be the star of your next book.
Yeah. I'll have to. I don't know which name I'm gonna follow. Do you want another one? One last one?
Yes, let's do one more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you 3 of the suggestions in here. So we have a butterfly,
okay,
a squirrel, and a moose. So butterfly, a squirrel, and a moose.
Okay. Squirrel and a moose. Wow, that's I don't know.
It's a lot of very different creatures.
Yeah. But we can have something. We can do something simple. Let's do something like this. Looks like a horse, though. Wait. Yeah, we can do like a moose head. We can have the moose has a little bit like this. So moose squirrel a bit. He's a squirrely moose.
It looks like a squirrel eye to me for sure. And those teeth are a little bit squirrely.
Yeah. And then we can do like this. I don't know, it gets laggy, but I'm fine. Like, I don't know, it gets laggy. Okay. Yeah. Woo.
Oh, I'm liking the looks of this one.
Make it a bit smaller, just to give the impact of flying. Yeah.
Very nice. Now, do we have any suggestions for names for this one? I see Buttermoose.
Buttermoose, yeah.
Buttersluice. We have some suggestions for Acorn. I don't know if that's because it would make a good name or if maybe he should be holding an acorn.
Oh.
Another vote for Buttermoose. Schoolfly. That's a good one too.
Yeah. It's a lot of good ones.
Lucyfly, Mo Butter, Mooseacorn.
Maybe I'll make him tiny. Tiny as a butterfly.
I mean, if that landed on my backyard.
Oh no.
I think I don't know if I'd be scared of it or if I think it would be really cute.
You'll take a picture of it and share it somewhere.
That's right. Put it on Instagram and become
Get a lot of money. Ask a lot of money to sell the picture.
So we have some name suggestions. We have Bob, Mooseface, Squirrely
Maybe
Q.
Bob the Mooseface.
Squirrely Q is a good one. Buttersluice. Yeah, there's lots of fun names in here. This group is very creative. I recognize a lot of people's names here from earlier in the week.
That's cool.
And I know they're very creative.
They are. Like I can tell from the names and suggestions too. The weirder it is, the better it is. I like it. There.
Excellent. That's a great one. Should we do some questions now?
Yeah, I think that's a good time.
Sounds a good time. All right. So if you have a question for Hatem about drawing, about working on books, now would be a great time to put those questions into the chat, and then I will read them aloud so that everyone and Hatem can hear them. I know there was one question really early on. What program are you using to do the drawing in?
That's Adobe Photoshop.
Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah.
Who knew?
There is other ones that are like cheaper and free and stuff, and I use some of them and they're nice and excellent too. But just because I'm used to it, that's all.
That sounds good. What happens after you do the first sketch?
After I do the first sketch, of course, I show it to the team that's working on the book, and I tell them, like, I think the character looks like this. It's nice looking like this, and sometimes I give them options. After that, I start right away trying to draw them again with cleaner lines, like black lines, because what's inside is all black and white, all in the books. And then that's it. I just refine them, make them neater, because the sketch sometimes is not clean, and then that's it. Once it's good, it's good.
That's great. Okay. Questions here. What is your favorite creature to draw?
Oh, that's tough, because I just like to draw, and it's so much fun to just combine things together. Like it's mythological creatures or like any kind of fantastical creatures. I like to draw living things most of the time. So that's, I don't know, it's very broad, but I like anything that moves. Not a window.
Not the window. Another question here. When did you know you wanted to be an illustrator?
I think since childhood, because I used to draw comics like just on my own, and sometimes if something I like say a story or something, I'd imagine it and draw it. And sometimes if I have a show that I like or a character that I like, I draw it all the time. And sometimes I put scenarios, what goes on, like. So I was like always, I think it's always been like a form of play for me, like just for fun. And then when it became like, oh my gosh, you can do this for a living, okay then. So just came like that. Since childhood.
I think
early childhood.
That's been common. I think everyone we've had at Camp Penguin has talked about loving stories and drawing and writing from a very young age. So, and I think, as I can tell, this group here is also really into that. We have a lot of love for the Unicorn Rescue Society here in the chat. One of the questions is, was there, of the Unicorn Rescue Society, did you have a favorite one to illustrate?
Not really a favorite, because every time, the thing is about the Unicorn Rescue Society, every time it's a different creature, every time it's a different place too. Like the first one is in the United States of America, the second one was in the Basque area, which is like between France and Spain, and the third one was in where? Oh, the Sasquatch, like it's also North America but somewhere else, like could be Canada too. And Chupacabras was like south of the United States, and Mother Dog was this in Cuba. So many different things. Every time it's a different journey. So I felt like every time it's like you can't get bored and feel like you have a favorite, because every time you're doing something new.
I love that. It keeps it fresh and interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is there anybody else in your family that's an illustrator or an artist, or are you sort of the artist in your family?
No. Well, my father used to draw some, but not as an illustrator, just to like draw for fun. He was a music teacher. He's retired now, but he drew just for fun. But nobody like had a profession in the arts.
But there was a love for the arts there, it sounds like.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So we had a number of people who wanted to know if you have any tips for illustrators. So if they're learning to draw, what are some things they could do to improve their drawing skills?
Oh yeah, to do that you have to like things so much that you want to draw them, and draw them a lot, and draw anytime you can. And watch a lot of things, get a little bit obsessed about some stuff. Like if you have a show that you like, draw from it or about it. If you have a story that you like, you can try to create how the characters look like. Some people do a fun thing, even like when they have a book that was turned into a movie or something. They would kind of reimagine it like the way they imagined it before the movie was made. Like maybe the character in their head was different or something, so they do something different. Just always train your brain. Your brain always have a cloud of ideas, and just try to put them in somewhere that you can touch, like draw them or write about them or do something about them, express them. That's not just for characters, for anything. Like if you want to draw anything, just get it out there and do it, and then you can do more, and then you can find your mistakes, and then you can learn. So that's it. That's my tip.
Great tip. Do you have a favorite character in the Unicorn Rescue Society so far?
I do like to draw Jersey, the one I just drew. I always find he's fun, and I like that he's a bit clumsy still, like he's not refined as a Jersey Devil, like he's not sinister. He is sinister. He is a little bit like sneaky, but in a cute way. Still, cute way, yeah, still baby and cute. So he's not expected, just like a little, I don't know, toddler or something, or even more, like maybe a little kid. So it's always fun. Like it's always not always the same thing, or not the same pose, or not the same manner. It's always like something sneaky about it, so I like him.
I think he's a great character too.
Yeah.
We had a question here. Do you always draw on the computer, or do you also draw by hand or use any other like a digital pen, or what are the different ways that you do your art?
Yeah, mostly I do that just out of convenience too, like the computer. But actually, for the University Society, mostly I draw the sketches on the computer just because, like, just stick paper and stuff. It's just sketches. And then when it's all approved and everything is good and everything is working fine with the sketches, and I'm moving to the finals, I print them a little bit faint, like not defined black lines, and then I put them in something called a light box. I don't know if I still have it here. I don't think I have it around, but it's like almost like putting the paper in a window, like it brings light from the bottom. So you can trace it again with traditional ink, like with pens or brushes or something. You do it like nicely, and it becomes like an ink drawing, and then you scan it into the computer, fix some stuff, add some gray tones, and you're all good to go. That's what I do with the University Society. Sometimes I do this too in other stuff, like ink, like do the lines, the outlines. Manually, like not with the computer, and then when I put them in the computer, I color them on the computer. I like both, of course. Traditional, I'd like to do more in the future. It's more time consuming a little bit, and also if there's any changes or something, it's a little bit tricky to tweak. So I use both. Like I use both manners, and I use it's like a screen tablet. So you draw on the screen itself. What I have, I had in the past other ones that use like the mouse but with a pen, and they work fine. It's fine. Like it's good too. I still like them, but I've been using the screen one for a while now, and it's convenient to me. So I'm getting used to it, and it's faster. But as enjoyment, I enjoy them all. It's just, you know, like if you want to do something faster or something, maybe I prefer something over something else.
Sounds good. I had no idea. I think it's so interesting to hear about the many different ways that artists create their art. So we have a question here about your favorite artists. Do you have any favorite artists throughout history, or any illustrators working right now that you really like?
I have a lot of, I admire a lot of people. If I mention one, I'm going to be trying to mention a lot of, like I want to mention a lot of people too, so I don't know. It's a big list. Nothing comes to mind when I'm caught in spot like that, but there are some, I don't know, I can't mention one. It's not one favorite one.
Well, I think that's nice to know that there's so many things that you're inspired by, whether it's, you know, books and all different kinds of art. That's a good thing. You know, one of the things we've learned throughout Camp Penguin is everyone has many different ways to be inspired, and there's not just one way. So I think that's a good answer.
Yeah, of course.
We have time. Yeah, we have time for a few more questions. And I did want to let everybody know that we are doing a giveaway. So for the people who came today's session, we're going to be giving away a copy of the next book, which is the Madre de Agua of Cuba. So we have an app, a random app that will pick one of the names and emails from people who are here today. So you can get a copy of that next book. If you haven't read the Unicorn Rescue Society, I highly recommend it. It's very entertaining. It's really funny, and the art is fantastic. So we have a little bit time for more questions. So we have a question here. Did your life change after you became a professional artist? Or how did your life change once you became a professional artist?
Oh, that's a tricky question, because sometimes it's not fun to, like, you know. It was a lot of work. My life changed in the manner of when I started to work as an illustrator. Of course, I come from Egypt, so when I worked as an illustrator, I worked there too. Like I was working as an illustrator in Egypt. And when I moved to Canada, I had to start over a little bit, because, you know, like you're new, you don't know anyone, you have to contact a lot of people. And then like I had this one that I contacted someone, and then they got back to me in 5 years. So it was kind of challenging for me, but life changes in the way that you kind of receive things too. it's almost, I'll tell you something, it's almost like, you know, when you're cooking something, you kind of always see the ingredients, the potential meal that could happen. So I've been, since I've been working as an illustrator, I've been like keeping my eye busy on my mind to find different things that I can do. Like I like the character that I just did, like I combined different elements from my pets and other stuff in my mind. It's kind of like this, but in real life. Like I became more observant a little bit and contemplative. Changed also in the manner of like when especially in Canada, because I didn't commit to a specific place. Like I don't go to work, I work from home, so it's like my home studio or home office. So that made me like a little bit not socializing much, but at the same time I'm doing something that I love, which was like worthwhile. So I hope I'm doing good.
I think you are. And so our very last question is, do you draw every single day?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do, yes.
I think that's amazing.
I do, and I've been having less free time, which I would like. I aspire to have, I used to draw stuff on the side more. I would write some ideas or like do side projects and stuff, very minimal, like of course, but still. I'm doing that less now because I'm just busy. So like I don't want to say like I wish I would draw more even than I'm drawing, but yeah, no, I draw every day.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you were able to join us for our final session of Camp Penguin. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us, whether you were here today or all week. We are saving the videos and we'll be sharing them on YouTube. So if you missed one, or if you want to go back, if there is something you really wanted to try yourself, you can check it out there. You can also check our website at chandrabooks.com. You can find about all the books. We have other activities for you to do. And of course, we hope you have a wonderful summer. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone in the chat. Thank you for your imaginations and your participation. And Hatem, thank you so much for joining us. It was great to have you today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.